Okay, so Kavya, welcome to the Mentors Connect session. Usually I put certain conditionalities just to ensure that I weed out non-serious aspirants and whosoever is
Yes, sir.
coming should earn the place. Okay, so it's like
Okay, sir.
just you should be serious about the preparation. I cannot answer all the questions related to like how do I start and all. So it should be quite specific. So the platform is yours. I will say just shoot the questions, whatever queries you have in your mind.
Yeah, okay, sir. So, I have about my ethics. So, usually I used to write an ethics answer daily, but I'm not seeing much improvement since these ethical words are not coming in my answers. That's the main issue I'm facing. And
Okay.
this definitions, it's too hard to study definitions and keep in mind.
Okay, so let me entertain two things first.
Okay, okay, sir.
If you really want to score good in ethics, uh, more than anything, you have to do two or three things, I will say. First,
Okay,
you
sir.
should be thorough with the syllabus.
Okay, sir.
Okay, for example, it's not like that the question is about probity. Okay,
Okay, okay,
so
sir.
at the same time, probity is linked with the governance, ethics in public
Yeah.
administration. Probity is also linked in the corporate governance as well.
Okay.
Ethics in human interface, probity means how
Yeah.
far you can interlink the different syllabus subjects. It ensures good marks in the ethics.
Okay,
Second,
sir.
whatever source you are following, be it anyone's book, though I will recommend the Mudit Jain sir's book. Uh,
Okay.
Ethics is like who he has given n number of days to that book, and I myself follow while teaching my class that book only. I'm not kind of just trying to promote his book and all, but it's a class book, I will say. Okay, so
Okay.
second thing, more than any books, okay, you can have your own coaching institutes material and all. It's about non-UPSC books. Okay.
Mm.
And when I say non-UPSC books, then I'm very particular about certain genre. For example, self-help books. It gives you ethical perspective of life, how to
Yeah.
do away with the habit, how to make any habit, how to win friends, atomic habits, and whatever the books are there. Second,
Mm.
motivational books. Sometimes it's biographies and autobiographies as well. When I say motivational books, it means the book which somehow is pushing you towards observing, analyzing the values. For example, The Wings of Fire by Shri Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji.
APJ.
Okay, Ignited Minds is there, and number of books by the Vivekanand ji. Okay, Monk Who Sold His Ferrari series of the Robin Sharma basically. These are the books when you read it from the ethical perspective. Whenever you read such books, you should have two things in your minds. First, in your mind, it should be okay. I should be relating it with my ethics syllabus. It should not be only a hobby rather than something like this. Same perspective will be helping you in writing good essays as well. So the people who score good in ethics are generally good with essays as well. The reason is the same only.
Okay.
Okay. So it will give you
Okay, sir.
perspective. Now, when you talk about the keywords, okay. So keywords is something that you have to follow. How to utilize those keywords. I have shared one open keyword booklet in my channel that I have made, only 2-3 pager keyword book. You can refer to that as well. But I will say don't be keyword specific, but try to understand which keyword is there. For example, I will just try to make you understand ART, art. Okay,
Okay.
ART,
Okay.
art. For
Yeah,
me,
the
it's
art.
accountability, responsibility, and
Transfer.
transparency. So for me, it is a triangle. I can establish relationship in between them. If it
Okay.
is there, if I'm accountable towards yourself, I will maintain transparency without asking.
Okay.
Okay, and this shows my
Yeah.
responsible behavior in
Yes.
general. You can say the vice versa. You maintain the transparency. You are showing yourself responsible, hence you are making yourself accountable.
Accountable.
See,
Hmm.
this is something. Again, if I ask you stakeholdership, you must have read this word a number of times. Okay. Stakeholder, multiple stakeholders.
Yes.
What does this word have as an ethical value? Just look at the word, okay, multiple stakeholder. Now, if the multiple stakeholders are there, it means not everyone will be equally powerful. It means even the downtrodden, even the voiceless people are being respected and are being allowed to participate.
Yeah.
That's how you put the same stakeholder word from the ethical perspective. So suppose I'm solving a case studies involving multiple stakeholder. Now this is the GS. But when I say the voice of vulnerables and downtrodden
Yeah.
primacy in the discussions. Suppose some case study was of this
Okay.
perspective. I'm not going into
Oh.
TA case study and all, but this I'm giving you the perspective. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You must
Okay.
have read something like fiscal deficit.
Yeah, physical deficit.
Okay. So
Yeah. Yes, sir.
we share a bond, trust. Okay, I will go to that
Yeah.
mentors connect session, and it might be case my problems will be solved. Okay, fine. But what if in the session I start selling you a number of courses? Trust deficit. I just borrowed the deficit word, and trust is the ethical word.
Okay, sir.
Got it. So this,
Yeah.
whenever we are reading anything, we should have active mindset. Okay.
Okay.
People ask me how to generate ethics example. So if I ask you,
Yeah.
give me one example of transparency. Give. You have to give.
Transparency. So TN session, so about the election commission reforms.
Okay. So I hope
Yeah.
you must have encountered a number of situations in your house when you ask a kind of person that is your father is at your place. No, father has said that he's outside.
Yeah. Transparent.
Transparency maintained by the kid. And just imagine a situation, I being the examiner,
Okay.
checking the
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
I'm not writing irrelevant. Transparency is shown by the kid. But it
Yeah.
also brought a smile at your face as well as my face. When I told you
Yes.
this example, it is working now. Obviously, you will get certain
Yes.
kind of marks. The kid was
So that
yeah,
homely type of examples we can write it.
exactly. This is not normal,
Okay,
na.
sir.
This is the example.
Ah.
Policeman who is supposed to do patrolling, but if he finds a single girl roaming around in the night and no cab service and all, and if he offers his gypsy, okay, child, just sit, I'll drop you to your place. It's not the right time.
Yeah.
Dedication towards the service.
Okay.
He is not bound to do the same, na?
Yeah, he's not bound to do
Okay,
it.
just a minute, just a minute.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yes. Sorry. So you got it.
Okay, sir.
So he is not bound to do. So that's how you have to analyze. And number of times, okay. If you remember, recently Chandrayaan launch, what
Yeah.
was the
Yes,
first
sir.
thing that captain of the team did? ISRO share.
Sir, I don't remember.
What are you doing then? And number of clippings
Sir.
over Twitter, Instagram, news channels. Not a.
So,
He gave credit to his team.
yeah, okay, sir.
So what was that? Ethics.
Yeah. Teamwork.
Collectivism. It's not a success of
Yes.
mine. It is their
Is
success.
this okay, sir? Yeah.
What I do not know. Do you watch cricket?
Not so often, sir.
Okay, so Dhoni is famous. Once he lifts the trophy, he gives you to the youngest player. What is it? Motivation. He's trying to motivate the
Yeah.
person.
Okay. Sir.
Ethics is all over there, na? Leadership.
Leadership skills.
So that's how you have to analyze the happenings all over you in the newspaper. I hope your example and the keywords wala point is now clear.
Yes, sir.
Shoot the next question.
So, how to go with the mains answer writing as well as that of the prelims preparation?
Okay. So see, always remember a thing that you cannot go either prelims oriented or mains oriented throughout the
Yeah.
year.
So, yeah.
Okay. For prelims oriented, prelims intensive preparation, I say you should be by February. By
Okay, sir.
Feb, you should be into the prelims mode only.
Okay,
Then
sir.
last is the transition mode. When I say transition mode, the topics which are common to both prelims and mains.
Mains.
For example, GS1 history, modern history, common to both. Ethics will
Yeah.
not be asked in the prelims, so no need to do ethics in the January end. Internal
Yeah,
security
sure.
won't be asked. Okay, but now the time, since you just missed the cutoff, okay,
Yeah, sure.
and now it's in the situation that we are into the mains mode. People are writing mains. Fine.
Yeah,
If
sure.
you do not do the mains right now, when you will do it?
So there will be no time.
Exactly.
So now,
So what
yeah,
time it is? It is the mains orientation time.
yeah, sir.
Okay, so this is the high time,
Yeah,
and you have to, if you are preparing for the first time into this mode, you have to mark your path or say carve your path. Whether you have to do
okay, sir.
optionals, whether you have to do GS, whether essay ethics optionals, go with the combinations. Never leave optionals. That I will say. You
Yeah,
can do
sir.
optional in two ways. In these 2 months, September, October, I will do the what to say optionals. Okay, in September,
Yeah.
October, I will do the optionals.
Mm.
In 2 months, done and dusted. Or my way, I will keep doing optionals in parts and daily answer writing of the same till January.
Yes. Okay, sir. So now I was doing that optional, optional and GS, but it is taking me time because my optional was not, it was covered once, but notes were not prepared. So now I'm going with preparation of my notes. So I'm not taking my optional test series.
No need to see. Thank you for asking this question. Let me make it very clear. No need
Yes.
to appear for any test series for the time being when you are not prepared. For example, in the test
Yes,
series,
sir.
what they do, either they will give you 10 questions in the name of mini test, or they will give you the
Yeah.
20 questions in general. And you will
Yeah.
not be able to attempt the whole because you do not know how to write answers now. And if you
Yeah,
do
sir.
not know how to write answers, what is the value of that test series? Zero. And if you are
Yes.
taking a zero value test series, it is not going to enhance your preparation.
Okay, sir.
You should first understand what is actually answer writing, what is demand of introduction, what is demand of the conclusion, how to structure the answers. And it is a gradual process. If I say that you will be writing a very good answer the very next day, if I teach you, no, I will not say. In general, I say 500 questions if you have
Okay,
written
sir.
as a trash, then your 501 question will be having some level. Means that trash to be in the 500 levels. 501 will
Yeah.
be something kind of where you will say that this is the answer. Now I'm starting to understand the demands.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
I will
sir.
just suggest one more thing. I have just shared a video list in my channel,
Okay.
4 or 5 videos. Okay,
Mm.
you will get a basic understanding how to address the question and all. If
Okay,
you
sir.
are beginner only. If you're not a beginner, then no need to worry.
Yeah, so now I'm doing my test series for GS question papers. I'm doing it. Then optional I'm not doing. And daily I used to write one PY, two PYQs usually for one for ethics and one for any GS papers. Is it okay? So,
See, the two things I will say, if you're
okay,
writing,
sir.
whether you are analyzing or not. So,
Yeah,
see, two things I will suggest. Suppose you do not join any program. Okay.
okay,
Not anyone's program. How I used to do in my preparation days, that I used to have a topper's copy at my disposal.
okay, sir.
I just jot that down the question related to my topic. ठीक है कि हाँ ये करना है for that time. ठीक है. Then what I
Yes,
did, that question, if I have the content in my mind, it's fine. If I do not have, I will study only one question, not more than that. I will study
okay,
about
sir.
that specific question only. Then I will write the question. Since I have access to the topper's copy, then I will see how topper has written.
Yeah,
This is how I calibrate. I do not know if you are from the science background, you know what is calibration.
yeah, sir. We are just checking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I calibrate my answer with the topper's answer. Now I have the idea whether I was writing relevant or irrelevant. Suppose this was the thing, na, if I haven't joined the course.
yeah,
At least now I know I have a touchstone to mark with. Yeah,
yes,
I have to go up to this level. It might be because not all the questions have been written good level, but at least he has been or she has been a topper. It means certainly the person has given some efforts. So got my point, how to analyze, self-analyze. Mindlessly
yes, sir.
writing question, not analyzing the same or just Googling it, it's worthless exercise that people do.
So, I used to take the mains PYQs and I used to write them. One ethics answer and any one of the GS answers. And I'm having that model answer paper from one institute. I used to go with that, not with the topper's copy.
See, model answer is made by the aspirants only in non-exam
Yeah,
conditions. Okay, so
yeah,
what
sir.
they should be treated as a raw source for enrichment rather than the
Okay,
source
sir.
for the answer writing. Once you revise the
Okay,
model answers, your syllabus is being revised. Model
okay,
answer
sir.
should be not that because they have written 1,000 words sometimes in the model answer. Are you going to write 1,000 words?
No, no way. No.
This is how. That's why I say that I find it ridiculous, irrelevant, redundant. So better to go for the topper's copy if you don't have a guide, and self
Yeah,
preparation is there. Don't you worry. It's not like that you have to join certain course. You have to join some, not necessary, but your path should be right, correct.
yeah, okay, sir.
Next,
Uh, Next. So, what about this map, geography questions and all? Uh,
any example?
so if just about volcanism. So
Okay, I got
how?
it. So if you
Yeah.
got the question on the volcanism, say Pacific Ring of Fire,
Mm.
okay, so you can show the world map and the islands in particular. These are the area of volcanism.
Okay.
A rough diagram. People do not expect a very neat and clean diagram, but it should be there. Okay, so
Okay.
in geography questions, maps certainly enhances your marks. But at the same time, do not go into that mode or do not make any diagram which takes more than your 10-20 seconds. Either
Okay,
practice
sir.
well or don't make it. Okay,
Yeah.
this is how you
Yeah.
have to do it. For example, I will
Okay, sir.
just try to show you. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm sharing the screen. For me, India map is nothing but this.
Okay, sir.
This is my peninsula or somewhere this, then this. That's how I draw. I'm drawing it on the smart board. So this is like that. But with the pen, I can do better. But how
Okay,
many
sir.
seconds did it take?
Just a few seconds. 2-3
Exactly.
seconds.
So
Yeah.
had it been that I have to draw proper map and all, then I would have avoided it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
This is how means map practice should be there. Once you analyze the PYQs now, only practice those maps. These are being repeated in themes in some way or other.
Okay, sir. So then about the CSAT.
Okay. So I used to be a good scorer in the CSAT, but the paper coming in these days, I will say it's quite tough. Even IITians have failed. But two, I will say, golden rules I will tell you about the CSAT. First, people do lots of mistakes in comprehension because they follow n number of coaching institutes. No,
Okay.
your comprehension will become good. First, you should have a reading skills. So I will again suggest read self-help books so that it will help you here as well. Okay. Second,
Yeah, sir.
I never solved any kind of question paper from any coaching institute because there's so much subjectivity in the answers. Na?
Okay, sir.
So what I
Yeah.
used to do, I solved the UPSC papers only.
Okay, sir.
So I marked it. Then I used to look at the UPSC key only. If it is right, then I and UPSC are on same side. I need not to worry. But if I'm correct, sorry, if I'm not correct, then and UPSC is correct, but I will think how UPSC person would have thought about it. Okay, I was thinking this, but this person have thought this. Now, whenever I will solve any paper, similar question or similar thing comes, I will say, no, idiot, it's you will think like this, but UPSC person will think like this. So I will just switch off my mind and I will activate my UPSC person. Yes, this is the correct way. Even if my heart says, no, it will be wrong, get lost. It will be wrong. I will see it. But I will go with the UPSC person mindset only.
Okay,
So
sir.
this way I dealt comprehension part. Since the last 3 years or 4 years, say 2019 onwards, I will say, in my last 2 attempts as well, mathematics standard has been more than the 10th that they mentioned. So what I found, you should be prepared either two ways. You must have read about a book, Arun Sharma. Okay.
Sir?
You must have heard about a book, Arun Sharma, that is about cat. It is for the cat. If you are following that book, you can go for the level of difficulty 2. If not, then the best option alternatives we have n number of banking PO level magazine, PO. Okay, probationary officers. In that, what you have to follow a monthly magazine, be it PSC Academy magazine, be it any coaching institute type magazine. You will get it monthly. And the common topics to UPSC as well as banking.
Okay, sir.
There are a number of common topics. You should practice from those books only. Once you practice, you will be familiar with the questions of UPSC and you will be doing good. Okay, this is how you have to practice the CSAT. I'll say at least practice twice a week, at least in this time, because you should be mains oriented. And with the every passing month, it should become like thrice a week for say November onwards, January onwards, 4th a week. Okay, Feb onwards, daily 1 hour. This is how you should go about.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any more questions?
So about the current affairs magazines.
See, there are a number of institutes which come out with magazines. You can follow anyone. Don't try to think sometimes you will find this magazine had this, I got a question on that, but the magazine that I was following, it did not mention about the same. It doesn't mean that you have to do current affairs from the 2 sources. No need to do about the same. Okay, just follow one source and keep on the following. If you are unable to follow monthly magazine, then follow the compilations. Means what you do, suppose the mains 2023 compilations are out. Okay, so you just start with these compilations first. At least during the prelims compilation, you will be having this much of base. And then you move to, once you are done. Okay, suppose by September, October, you are done with these compilations. Okay, say October and you are done with the compilation. From November onwards, move from the October month magazine. Because these compilations will be having the data up to September, August, I will say, or 15th of August.
Yes, sir.
And whatever news it is there in the market, it is like it is being continued in a month or two. Chandrayaan is
Yeah.
in news not today. It was in news from the last month, and it will
Yeah,
be in
sir.
the news till next month. So
Yeah.
somehow, if you read any magazine in the next month, you will find that it has been covered in much concise manner in the later months. So what you
Yeah,
do,
sir.
first complete compilations, and in November, suppose you start monthly magazines from October, November, then it became Feb, March, you got another prelims oriented compilation, just revise it off.
Okay, sir.
Revision through compilations only. And in midway,
Okay.
if you feel that you need to be upgraded about the monthly current affairs, follow the monthly.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, what next?
So those monthly compilations, if it is any, sir, do we want to make notes from newspapers?
Never. Why to make notes from the newspapers? Certainly, if you got certain case study or something, you can have for your as an example, not as a notes
Okay, sir.
per se. You have the magazines. Okay, even
Yeah,
while
sir.
revising the magazines, now always remember, just mark my words. Whatever written in the bold is your point, is your crux, and whatever written in non-bold matter. Okay, it
Yeah.
is nothing but ismr wala explanation of the same. You follow any monthly
Okay, sir.
magazine, whatever is in the bold,
Hmm.
it is the only material that you should remember. So while revising, what I used to do, okay, bold letters only. Jo bold nahi, I will not do it.
Hmm. Okay, sir.
Fine.
Hmm. Yeah, sure.
Okay, what else?
So about the GS paper, to say it was, I feel it was not so tough because I have seen this pattern from 1995 question paper. That usually I solve my political questions from that, so I was not that surprised about this question paper. But I don't know it something. I don't know. I don't feel next year. I don't know how it will be. So I did a little bit tensed of it.
So see, na, UPSC is unpredictable service commission only, na. So you need not to
Yes,
worry
sir.
what should be the next year. See, UPSC
Okay,
is
sir.
not an exam. I always say it is a process. So you have to ensure that you be in the process of each stage. You should be ready with the essay writing. You should be ready with the answer writing. You should be ready with the revisions. You should do the things that are not in your hands. You need not to worry about the same, na.
Okay, sir.
Control the
Yeah.
controllables. Why are you
Hmm.
thinking about the examination and all?
Okay,
Let
sir.
it be.
Hmm.
What else?
Yeah, it's yeah, fine, sir. It's okay.
Okay,
And
then
nothing else.
I'll switch off this recording. Just a minute.